It's been 10 years since the first Fantasy Life came out, and we have all been eagerly waiting for the new one that's releasing on the Nintendo Switch called Fantasy Life: The Girl Who Steals Time. This week, Level 5 shared a showcase with us celebrating their 25th anniversary, and with it, they wanted to explain why the majority of their games have been delayed to 2024. So yes, as sad as it is, we're gonna have to wait for Fantasy Life till 2024 to play it, but I think this is actually a good thing, and we're gonna talk all about it. Hello you gorgeous human being, it's Miss Bubbles, and I'm a massive fan of Fantasy Life. For me, it's hands down one of my favorite games on the 3DS. So you can imagine how I almost fell off my chair when I heard the news that Level 5 is making a new one for the Switch. If you're new here and you love everything RPG and cozy gaming content, consider squishing the like and subscribe buttons because I have plenty of awesome content coming your way. Now, in case you don't know what Fantasy Life is, I'm here to enlighten you. This is a hybrid between RPG and life sim where you go to Reveria and you can choose up to 12 classes as your life to master, and the fun part is that you can change between them whenever you want to, and each one brings you a different way to experience the game. We're gonna get a little bit more into the classes and the news that we got about them, but I want to talk a little bit more about the game just in case you don't know what it is. The beauty of this one is unfolding the story while unlocking different areas to visit, each with their own hub world that is full of life, shops to visit, a house for you to own and customize, and plenty of side activities to enjoy. The best thing about Fantasy Life is the absolute freedom that it gives you, making it one of the best games to make them feel like your own world that you get to live in. Anything you want, and you can master whatever class you want based on your playstyle. Why is this just... A moment of silence for my microphone that refuses to stay in place. Anyways, so what exactly happened in the showcase? The devs highlighted the ways in which the new game is going to be different from the previous one, and the first thing that you can see throughout this whole trailer is the graphical upgrade, which is to be expected considering we're going from the 3DS to the Nintendo Switch, but damn is it so exciting to see Fantasy Life looking this good and colorful. I can only imagine how colorful and beautiful it's gonna be when you play it, especially on the Nintendo Switch OLED. The creation screen got an upgrade where it's easier to compare the different eyes, hairstyles, scars, and more, and we do have new options to choose from, including different color combinations, parts, and sliders, so you can make your character look however you want them to. Also, considering that the Nintendo Switch's screen is bigger than the 3DS, we do have a wider field of view, and that will be very important to make exploration much more rewarding, as monsters and treasures will be easier to find. We also saw in a previous showcase how you get numbers popping on the screen whenever you engage in an activity related to your current life, and I love these because they make the gameplay feel much more rewarding, kind of like Borderlands when you hit an enemy and you can see the number of damage that you're doing above its head. And overall, it seems like exploration in this game is gonna be just easier and simpler to do. We can climb up ledges and sprint without consuming stamina points. We can also jump around, and this is so good to hear because if you play the first game, you'll remember that whenever we wanted to go to grab a certain treasure or forageable, you had to always find your way around the map to get to it. Now you don't have to, you just jump up the ledge and you will get it. And as we saw in the trailer, we still have lots of forageables to gather, which are necessary when crafting, which is actually a highlighted gameplay mechanic from the previous game. You will be crafting a lot in this game, you need lots of ingredients to cook, craft, and overall enhance your character and become stronger. As for the lives or the job classes in Fantasy Life, we already have 12, and this one is bringing 2 new ones, which are the farmer and the artist. And one thing that we were told is that we can switch between them at any moment. And with that in mind, the minigames that are associated with different classes have gotten an upgrade, they've been revamped, and they're gonna make them easier for us. So when you have things like cooking, fishing, or blacksmithing, they seem to be a little bit easier to engage with. Now, if you don't know, in the previous game, you had the following lives. The ones that fall under the combat category, which are the paladin, mercenary, hunter, and magician. These are usually ones that require you to fight bosses and basically level up the weapons and the equipment that you use, which also ties into the next category, which is gatherer. This includes the miner, woodcutter, and angler, and these usually have quests that ask you to gather resources like ore, gems, fish, and logs, and then these ones will be used in the crafting category, which includes the cook, the blacksmith, carpenter, alchemist, and tailor. These ones will ask you to craft new items like food, weapons, clothes, armor, furniture, furniture, potions, and more. And now with the new classes of farmer and artist, it's gonna be fun to see how it gets intertwined into the already existing jobs. So basically, in Fantasy Life, again, if you didn't play it, it does invite you to try different classes because in the end, they are all interconnected and it's actually really fun to switch between them. And speaking of which, let me know which was your favorite class to play and let me know which one you're gonna go with this time around. I loved the cooking class, but this time around, I'm definitely gonna try out the farmer. Now, the different lives also have unique challenges to rank up, like fight this monster, or chop X trees, or gather Y ores, or turn in Z bounty. And to make the gameplay loop more fun, you usually have different requests from NPCs to make money, which gives you a lot of content to explore. But this brings up the grind factor, which was a little bit of an issue in the previous game. Because this is an RPG, it does require you to rank up the different classes that you choose from, and with that comes a really tedious grind at times because you're gonna be leveling up from a novice to a fledgling, an apprentice, an expert, master, hero, legend, god in training, or demi creator, and finally god or creator. And again, these are a grind fest to get to, so I really hope that this game will bring us even more activities and challenges to partake in so we can make the grind a little bit less tedious. Now, battles are also enhanced in terms of the battlefield and the equipment we use, and you still have different companions joining you just like the previous game, and now you can even invite them to live on the island with you. We can also see that bounties are still in the game, which are always fun to catch. Another thing that I really love about Fantasy Life is how you can customize your own house, and this time around there seems to be a lot of inspiration drawn from Animal Crossing New Horizons. So this time around you can change your perspective, making it easier to place furniture but also decorations on your walls. And you can also decorate outside of the house, which again reminds me a lot of how Animal Crossing New Horizons added that feature. So you can add things like lamp lights, benches, flower pots, and more, and this ties to you changing how the island looks overall. We also saw in a previous trailer that we can landscape, and this will open up the space for creativity, which our community always embraces. It's gonna be so fun to see what you guys come up with, or maybe you're gonna be like me, you'll have 200 plus hours in the game like I did with Animal Crossing New Horizons, yet my island looked like an absolute mess. Now, we also got the news that when we finish the game, we still have a lot more content to enjoy. In fact, they said that the ending is seen as more of a beginning. So we do have online play, which makes you interact with other players, but I also wonder how the maybe New Game Plus is gonna be, and if they did say anything about it before, let me know if you know anything about that. Now, let's take a moment and give a bubbly shout out to Miggy Monkey, who commented on my RPGs to play in December video. They said, Moonstone Island, I love it so much. I even bought their plush on Makeshift. It sounds like the game wants you to do a lot of things, but it's really well balanced in my opinion. Dare I say it's even cozy, even with the tough card battles. I am so excited to play Moonstone Island. I do have the code for it, but I want it to be a game that I enjoy for myself rather than make content about, but definitely check it out. And if you want to be the bubbly of the day and get a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is leave a comment down below. Now back to Fantasy Life, A Girl Who Steals Time. When is this game coming out? It's been delayed to summer 2024, and the devs actually said that they do have a solid date, but for strategic reasons, they're not gonna tell us when that is. I felt like that was very weird to say, but at the end of the day, I really hope that we do get a solid date soon and we don't have many delays. But also, delays are always better than having an unfinished game or one that is just gonna release a lot of unnecessary microtransactions to fix the chaos that it was when it released incompletely. We've seen a lot of amazing games getting absolutely butchered and then taking years to fix themselves and get back on their feet, like for example Cyberpunk 2077. So it's fine, we're just gonna have to wait. But the good thing is that the game's gonna be releasing worldwide simultaneously, so we don't have to wait. As before, I think the game released in Japan first and then came to the West. Now you don't have to worry about it. We're gonna all be playing it at the same time. I cannot tell you how excited I am for Fantasy Life, A Girl Who Steals Time. And I would love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section. Did you play the first one, or is this gonna be your first time around? If you're looking for some fun, cozy games to play in December along with a few picks that are already out, check out this video next. Thank you to my Patreon and YouTube bubblies who make videos like this possible. Thank you for watching, and a shout out goes to Karu, The Game Dimension, Jacob, Stephanie, Steven, Dark One, and Jake Logan for going the extra mile. Y'all are freaking awesome. Until next time, stay bubbly.